Good evening, everyone. So it was a pleasure to write this. It was a joy to do research. For the last 9 weeks, I've been the writer in residence at the Santa Monica Annenberg Beach House, and I have had the time of my life. So it's wonderful to be able to pay it back in some way. And yes, whereas also shows up in this. Whereas art is the place of possibility. Oh, Santa Monica, wonderful, beautiful refuge, sanctuary for the free spirit, the moneyed yogi and the poor poet, the Volvo-driven Montana street shopper and the bicycle pedaling student on Ocean Park Boulevard, the roofless denizen on 4th Street and the organic farmer's market chef, and everyone who ever wanted the freedom to breathe your clean, 10 degrees cooler than anywhere else air. You are the spirit of California and living proof that yoga works. Whereas art lives on the edge, you are the last stop on the western edge, beautifully and precariously sitting at the Pacific Rim, the tip at the edge of the world, original home of the Tongva people, a city of stories you have become. There is nowhere else to go once someone arrives in Santa Monica. Refuge, sanctuary, history. Whereas art is history. Even your name is mystery, beauty, and reverent. We can't decide how you came to be called Santa Monica. Was it Gaspar de Portola, who named you after the feast day of Saint Monica? Or was it Juan Crespi, who named you after a pair of springs that reminded him of the tears of Santa Monica? Can you debate this soon on a second or fourth Tuesday on KCRW? Whereas art is a sign. You are a welcoming Santa Monica, a billowing flag on the 10 freeway, a curve through a tunnel and discovery of palm tree, sky, and cliff. The elements of nature calling one back to our indigenous self. Whereas art is the home of artists. And to no one have you been nicer to than artists, the channelers, the interpreters, the translators of our culture. The poet, the painter, the dancer, the performance artist, the open micer, the DJ, and the folk singer on 3rd Street. You give refuge to those who give us a mirror of who we are. You gave Bertolt Brecht exile. Tennessee Williams wrestled his demons and wrote The Glass Menagerie on Ocean Avenue. Did you all know that? Charles Bukowski sipped drinks here. John Fante asked the dust. Raymond Chandler's alter ego, Philip Marlowe, solved murders in what we used to call Bay City. Wanda Coleman dug into the soul of a city. Santa Monica, you are the city of expression. Whereas art is personal history. Once, Santa Monica, I was a pimply-faced bartender at the Santa Monica Civic. Yes, I was. I popped open kegs for Alice Cooper, Black Sabbath, Motley Crue, amongst others. Afterward, I would walk down to the pier and dream of last stops on the big blue bus of success. I wrote poems on your streets, and I sang the song of the ocean breeze and air guitar. I thank you, Santa Monica, for the space to be and become. Whereas art is healing. Picasso once said that the purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off our souls. Every day I ponder the creative spirit of this world city as I sit still on the rush hour going east. See, Santa Monica, you even give us meditation time. Whereas art is community. In this month, we celebrate the we and the us of our stories, the links that make us one city. When we rejoice in the collective force of goodwill and desire to make a better citizenry, when we come together to remember who we once were and who we are now and who we imagine we will be tomorrow. Santa Monica, you make the space for us to bang the drum circle, finish the mural, tell stories, and learn to fly the kite. If only to imagine ourselves weightless in space, in flight in your blue open sky. Whereas art is people. A city is only as good as its residents, and people are what make a story. Characters are what make feelings, and that's where art starts. People, emotion, story. Whereas art is about the weirdo. A city that honors its past, present, and future is health. A city that celebrates its people is a city of revolution. And a city that celebrates art and culture invites the black sheep and the weirdo, the loner with the chapbook, the guy who always has a song in his head, the seeming outsiders whose lives have been lived as poems, the ones who give back to ourselves to reflect on who we are, the dreamers. Whereas art is about tomorrow. May you never stop changing, Santa Monica. Long may you live.
Okay, that was poetic. This is now going to be the prosaic part. Now, therefore, I, Ted Winterer, Mayor of the City of Santa Monica, on behalf of the members of the City Council, do hereby proclaim that the City of Santa Monica believes that art and culture are essential to the lives of all of our citizens, and that expression in its most organic and truthful form makes for a healthy government built by and for the people. On this day, we proudly support the diversity of arts in Santa Monica and proclaim this Arts Month for all. So let's have a big hand.